I've dealt with many questions about blue light. I am not somebody who believes that all blue light is terrible. I think it's important to avoid bright lights of any wavelength late at night if you want your melatonin production to be normal and you want to sleep well. It doesn't matter if you're wearing blue blockers or not. If you're just under blastingly bright lights, it's going to suppress your melatonin. And yet some people enjoy blue blockers for that reason. Nowadays, a lot of people wear blue blocker glasses or blue blocking lenses or contacts throughout the entire day, thinking that blue light is bad for our eyes during the day. I happen to subscribe to the idea that we want as much bright light as we safely can tolerate during the day, ideally from sunlight, in order to set our circadian rhythm. And yet, a lot of eyeglasses and a lot of contact lenses out there have UVA and or UVB blocking features to them. So what are your thoughts on this? And I'm perfectly happy to be wrong and revise my stance on this. What do you think about this UVAB blocking?
Yeah, it's really important to distinguish that UV light on the light spectrum is right next to blue light. Red light's on the other end, and of course, infrared is beyond that. And our eyes, other animals can see these, but our eyes can't see infrared. That's why we call it beyond red. And we can't see ultraviolet. We call it beyond violet. UV light is right next to blue light. UV light is known to have a lot of adverse effects. It's not really good for our skin, and therefore, we really want to avoid sunburn and kind of UV, exposure and damage on our skin. Similarly, it's not really good on our eyes, and it affects both the ocular surface a little bit in terms of like kind of how dry or irritable your eyes might feel for some people. And certainly over the long term, UV light will accelerate the formation of cataract, which is a blurring of an oxidative blurring of the lens inside the eye. Profound UV light can be damaging to the retina if you're getting way too much on the inside. So blocking UV light, I believe, is just absolutely standard in every pair of eyeglasses. And I don't know actually to what degree the different kinds of contact lenses also filter at least UV light. Now, blue blocking glasses is totally different. And as I say, I think almost all glasses, because almost all glasses are not made of glass anymore. They're made of plastics. But I think almost all of them now filter the UV light, which again is probably the safe move for our eyes and periocular environment, around the eye environment. So blue blockers, that's been a huge fad. And I'll tell you, the last 3 years through the pandemic, everybody getting on their computer, hours in front of Zoom meetings where we used to walk from building to building for a meeting, things like that. I remember, this sort of big uptick in these kinds of questions. And I'm not sure that there's any data that blocking blue is helpful in any way. And as you say, it may actually play into sort of circadian entrainment of our natural daily rhythm. So I think blocking UV is a good idea, and I think it's pretty standard. They make glasses, by the way, that actually react to UV light. They're called transitions. There may be a few different brands, I don't know. But these are the sunglasses that are clear, except then they turn dark if you're out in the sunlight. And it's not just any sunlight. It's actually the UV wavelengths that cause the chemical reaction in the glasses to turn from clear see-through to sunglass blocked glasses. And you may notice, if any of you out there are using these kinds of glasses, that they don't work in the car. You'll wear them in the car and they won't go to sunglasses even though it's sunny out. And again, that's because all standard car glass also filters UV. That's why if you're riding around in the car and it's sunny out, and you've got your hand, up next to the window, wearing a t-shirt, you never get a sunburn through the car window anymore because all our car glass is also filtering UV light for us. So